Welcome back to Specs, and we're continuing our journey with the Warhammer Conquest issue number 4. This particular magazine, that you're quite excited to see, comes with a box of Poxwalkers, and you get 6 minis in there. And I have already pre-built them, so I can show you what they look like. I'm not going to lie to you. It comes in a very nifty sprue there, you can see. Bugman's Glow, which adds to our paint collection that we already have if you've been painting alongside me. It gets 6 slotted bases. They're only 25mm by the looks of it, or the smaller bases, I can't remember offhand. But we'll customise those. Probably something to be similar like the ones we've done before, but I'll show you what they look like after. So with the magazine, the price is still $7.99. I mean, I do like the way it looks, just design wise. I mean, you know, from graphic design point of view, I like all this corrosion they have up here. They do pay a lot of attention to those things, and that's nice. As always, we have our contents. You know, the painting section, building, lore, and combat. I love the fact that they always supply some really nice artwork, and I actually managed to find this in a local newspaper store. So hopefully, this is a thing where they keep going with this, so they keep on supplying this, because at the end of the day, you don't want to miss out on a magazine. But if you do miss out on a magazine, you can still get the models. And there's a set called the First Strike, which is a Warhammer starter set, and it comes with the models from the first 4 magazines. So it's still worthwhile picking up, especially if you get it at your local Games Workshop, or you know, you can always get a cheap price with retailers online. There are plenty out there. Anyway, continuing, we have some artwork of the Poxwalkers completed. And if you're into like zombies, and that's your kind of calling, the Death Guard's definitely for you. Here we have a variation on the painting scheme for the Death Guard that we had in issue number 2. Now, I think that they should have supplied that sooner with the second magazine. It would have made a bit more sense. Because if you have already started painting like we have, and you know, you kind of got your own style, that's fantastic. But if you wanted to match one of these, then it might be a little bit late. Okay, no problems. Instructions for the builds, and some of these models are just single pieces, which is fantastic, but they have tiny little delicate bits on the sprues, so just be careful when taking them off. My subscription turned up, and when it did turn up, it had a set of these little snippers, or clippers even, and that was absolutely fantastic. It also had some glue, which you always require model glue later on when you're building the non-push fit or snap fit. And it had a mold line remover. I was quite chuffed with that. Okay, so there's the instructions, nice and clean, simple, clear. I like that. As I said, some of them are just single models. And 6 models? Wow. Okay, right, Poxwalkers. We've got the how to paint. In this section, you've got the paints which we currently have. If you've been collecting along, it's for issues 1 through 4. At the same time, if you did get those other paints that we spoke about, you've now got yourself quite a little collection, and you've already painted ahead, so to speak. So having a look, see what they talk about. I like that. What I like here is they actually associate the colour with the banner at the top of the page, so you know what you're painting said colour. There you go, see, they've got a Bugman's Glow up there. That's nice. The black, lead belcher. See, told you you're going to use a lot of that. Glad you got more. Okay. That's interesting. So they've got all the other colours there which have been used, and they've gone back retroactively to the other models that we've already painted. So that's really handy. So they've actually gone back to the Primaris and the Reavers, the Ninjas, and then repainting those. And that's fantastic. Or just adding in that colour. It's a nice callback there. And they've done the same here for the Death Guard. That's brilliant. Very handy. So moving on to the battle mat there. you can see it's looking quite full, and I think it's a great way to get someone introduced and started. You know, I mean, this, if you're doing a slow build campaign, if you and your friend are buying the sets and you want to switch over like teams and what have you, you'll now have 6 Death Guard and 12 Poxwalkers, you know, 6 Primaris Space Marines and 6 Reavers, and you could have a lot of fun with that. You could even put battle mats next to each other, and that'd be brilliant. The containers that we made earlier, that'd be great for this as well. But I'm thinking of making some tank traps. I'll show you how I did mine. It's really simple, really quick. I'll do that video in future. If you don't want to go down that route and you want to kind of go out there and buy a little something, Games Workshop does actually supply terrain. But the best way I think of doing it personally is buying the Kill Team sets. And that's another game using the same models, pretty much the same system, but I will be discussing that in future. So we'll be looking at First Strike and Kill Team. I actually like what they've done here with the rules update. I had to come back after I had a good look at it. What they've done is they've included the wound ratios there for both the Poxwalker and for the Plague Bearer, and I think that's actually really good. So it's kind of like expanding out on what they already have. They've got information for charging units, shooting phase, so just basic update on everything, and that's really good. Okay, I like that. Alright, just showing you how to have more than one group of models. I think it's very handy. Alright, so there you go on mission, your first mission. Well, it's not your first mission, but it's one that's got an objective, and that looks pretty good. Having a look here, sorry about that, you can see what's in for the next issue. There, I think it's actually on the back. Let's just have a quick look. Yes, that's there on the back. You can see the Lieutenant, which I think I mentioned earlier on, which I'm definitely going to customize for Blood Angels. Because they don't come with the transfers, it's quite easy to then make that change, because I've got plenty of Blood Angel transfers, and strangely enough, plenty of Ultramarine transfers, so I may just end up giving those to someone that really wants them. Ooh, maybe another idea for a competition. By the way, if you haven't entered the competition, it's well worth doing. It's on the second video of this Conquest playlist. You'll see it, and it's doing really well. Anyway, what we have here is the equipment that you get if you do subscribe, and yeah, it is pretty cool. I mean, when mine turned up, I was quite happy. And in the first grouping, I think it comes like once every month. So on your first delivery, you get the clippers, the glue, and the mold line remover. And I think either your second or third, you get the handle and the additional paint brushes. But don't quote me on that. Right, okay. So let's take a look at the models. You can see these models have quite a lot of detail, even though the light's kind of blowing it away a bit. Zoom out there, you can see. Right, there you go. The amount of detail is just very impressive, and by the time you add a wash, a little bit of paint to that, that's going to bring out a lot of those items. It's going to be fun to paint, and we paint them the same as our other guard. And just for size comparison, I'll grab a model and bring it over, so you can get an idea of size right there. The model's a lot smaller in comparison, but I think they still look great. And this reminds me, I'm going to definitely rebase these, maybe to look something like the Reaver's base, kind of city and urban look. Either way, I'll figure out and show you once that's all done, probably in another video. Well, that's everything for now from that magazine. If you can see anything that will make that better, any savings you could make for that, or any way you can improve that, please let me know in the comments. If you agree, that's fantastic. Also let me know. We can start a conversation about this to kind of have a look and see where this is going. I kind of feel like it's still got its value for money, especially if you're first starting, and for slow grow campaigns, I think this is fantastic. But again, let me know. So like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate your time. Don't forget to hit that bell so you get that notification you could be here. And I'll see you again soon. Okay, this has been Spect. PC out.